Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to answer the question if Snowflake stock is a buy right now using my simplified six-step framework. Of course, the company's claim to fame is that Warren Buffett added it to his Berkshire Hathaway portfolio, and that caused a lot of hype around Snowflake stock. So let's answer if it's a buy right now. The first step in my framework looks at customer value, and Snowflake offers a central repository for data on the cloud, and revenue grew from 97 million in 2019 to 1.2 billion in 2022. Phenomenal growth. That's evidence that customers like what the company offers, likes their services. Net revenue retention of 171% means that existing customers on average spent 71% more with Snowflake year over year. So they're increasing their spending, and Snowflake has a net promoter score of 71. And if you look at the scale here, 71 net promoter score is excellent. And if you've been following my channel, Snowflake is the highest rated NPS I've done for any of the companies that I follow. And you can see I follow a lot of companies. Snowflake has the highest NPS score, so excellent, excellent customer value. The next step here looks at unit economics, and software as a service companies are generally characterized by large upfront investments that deliver economies in scale over time if customer usage grows. Snowflake is still in the early stages and it's still delivering massive losses on the bottom line. However, there is early signs of economies in scale. Operating profit margin improved from a negative 192% in 2019 to negative 59% in 2022. So massive losses on the bottom line, but the margins are improving. The next step in my framework looks at the total addressable market, and according to Snowflake Management, its total addressable market is $81 billion. So it might seem like a massive figure, 81 billion, but of most of the companies that I follow, 81 billion is on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of total addressable market. And the next step in my framework looks at competition, and Snowflake is competing with powerful rivals like Amazon's Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and etc. However, Snowflake has one advantage in that it works well across multiple cloud platforms, and the segment overall is growing rapidly. So usually, typically, when you have industries that are growing rapidly, competition tends to not be as fierce. That's not always the case, but that's in general is true because the market is growing, so there's room for the existing players to capture increasing revenue without taking market share from each other. And the next step in my framework looks at valuation, and Snowflake stock is expensive, trading at a price to sales of 26.6. It's down considerably from its high of over 100, a price to sales of over 150, but still, we're looking at price to sales ratio, not price to earnings or price to free cash flow, and to be trading at a price to sales of 26 is expensive. And the final step in my framework looks at risks, and macroeconomic headwinds have caused businesses worldwide to reduce spending anywhere they can. CEOs and CFOs are looking at their expenses and seeing where they can slash costs, and they're slashing them, regardless if they are areas that are giving good return on investment. If they can pause or delay these investments and spending, they're pausing and delaying them because of the uncertain economic environment they're facing over the next 3 to 6 months. They want to have more visibility into their future revenues and sales before they spend on these projects, and so they're pausing and delaying. That's a risk for Snowflake going forward. And of course, the massive losses on the bottom line is a risk for investors in Snowflake stock. It's unsustainable to run a company with these massive losses on the bottom line. Eventually, the company does need to reach at least a break-even or profitable operating environment, and there is no telling if Snowflake will ever reach that level. All right, now that I've highlighted each step in my framework and given Snowflake's position in it, let's give it a grade. So remember, Snowflake had excellent customer value metrics. The net promoter scored the highest of any of the companies that I follow. Snowflake gets an A plus in customer value. Unit economics, I gave Snowflake a C plus because even though they're generating massive losses on the bottom line, their operating margin is showing evidence of economies in scale. And total addressable market, I gave them a C plus. Total addressable market of 80 billion or so is not generally large, so I gave them C plus there. Competition, I give them a B because even though they have an advantage in the quality of their software that they offer, they're competing against some powerful and deep-pocketed rivals, so I give it a B there. Risk, I give them a B because of the massive losses on the bottom line and the near-term economic headwinds. And finally, valuation, they get a C. The stock is incredibly expensive, so they get a poor grade from me in terms of valuation. All right, so on the next slide, I'm going to answer the question if Snowflake stock is a buy, but here's where I would recommend that you subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be giving updates to this recommendation. And if the recommendation changes, you're going to want to be subscribed to tune into that update, all right? So go ahead and hit the subscribe button while I flip to the next slide to answer the question if Snowflake stock is a buy right now. All right, now the answer is no. Snowflake stock is not a buy right now. The stock is too expensive considering the headwinds the company faces and the massive losses on the bottom line. Still too early in its developmental stage for me to recommend this stock as a buy right now. Okay, so there you have it. Snowflake stock is not a buy right now. That's all I've got for this video. Thank you for tuning in, and if you subscribed, I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for all investors of all skill sets and risk levels. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by more than 3 times. Go to fool.com/parkev to get your 10 stock picks now.